Nothing will recharge your batteries like spending some time in the backwoods, the country. Yeah. Only 5 hours ago, I was warming my feet by a real fireplace in my cabin. Hey, Nikon folks. First off, let me start off by saying that I am going to purchase the Nikon Z6 Mark II. Yes, Z6 Mark II. I am going to purchase it. I don't know what the price is going to be, but I am going to purchase it. Let me state a second empirical fact. Yeah, the video that got so many bad downvotes, and I don't care about downvotes. I don't. I make videos based upon the truth and what I want to say, as someone has an enormous amount of experience with cameras. I don't care about the downvotes, but apparently there's a lot of Nikon fanboys that rub their fur the wrong way. You know, just don't pet the kitty cat fur the wrong way. Meow. Yeah, well, let me point out to you fact number 3. Of the top 10 YouTubers talking about cameras and photography equipment, I have been the most lighthearted, Nikon favorable of all of them. Every one of them has been dragging Nikon through the dirt. So I did drag Nikon through the... I stated facts that Nikon themselves admitted that Z sales were horrible. 2+ years ago, when they announced the Z6 and Z7, I said, and I was proven 100% right, I said, these cameras are going to go over like lead balloons. Nikon Z6 and Z7 sales have not been good. That's not my opinion. That's a hardcore fact. Nikon should not have made those. They should have made their first iteration, the Z6 Mark II and the Z7 Mark II. Dual card slots, vertical grip with actual contact interface for vertical grip, portraiture control on a vertical grip. But they didn't do it. Nikon should have listened to me back then because I was 100% right. So I will be buying the Nikon Z6 Mark II. Point number 4, fact. I don't care who's watching this video out there. I have spent more money with Nikon than any of you. I mean, that's not gloating or anything. That means I've spent an enormous amount with Nikon. I've worked in several camera stores. Nikon is famously stuck up and snobbish. They are famously stuck up. You call any camera store, say, here's $5. I want 10 seconds of the truth. How stuck up is Nikon? They'll go, very. I have tons and tons, hundreds and hundreds, literally hundreds and hundreds of Nikon lenses. With that FTZ adapter, my Nikon G-mount lenses, which of course I have an enormous amount of G-mount Nikkor lenses, will work fine on the Nikon Z6 Mark II, which I will purchase. So you should be, what I'm saying ultimately is that you should be a little bit more objective. Don't be a hardcore fanboy. You know, everybody thought that I was the biggest Fujifilm fanboy in the world, which I actually am for valid reasons, but the last lens of theirs that I reviewed, which was the 50mm f1.0, I gave it an overall score of 5 out of 10, and for ambient daylight usage, I gave it a 2 out of 10. Now, a 2 out of 10 is a really bad score. Yeah? Nobody benefits by me being a shill or a liar or a nonsensical fanboy. I've been completely upfront and honest about Nikon. I said, and everybody, let me give you a history lesson in case you haven't got a clue out there, Mr. Nikon fanboy. When the Nikon D500 came out, I was the first person on YouTube to review it, and I said, everybody should buy this camera. It's going to sell like hotcakes. It is awesome. Everybody said I was full of poo, and I was proven 100% correct. So the Nikon D850 was incredible. The last best DSLR from Nikon, incredible. Literally the best DSLR. Proven 100% correct. I was the first person that I believe I was to say that. 100% correct. I said on the day that those Nikon Z6 and Z7 were announced, I said these are not gonna sell well. No dual card slot, which is important. No professional camera. Yeah, it's a single card slot. Wedding photographer, portrait, product. Don't use single card slot. I don't care if you agree. I care about the facts. Those are not professional cameras. Nikon themselves, the president of Nikon Europe, admitted these are not professional cameras. Nikon Europe said that, the head of Nikon Europe. I was proven 100% correct. Nikon themselves have admitted Z6, Z7 sales have been bad. Not like kind of bad, but like really, really bad. Point number 6. If you do a Google search, type in Nikon stock. Take a look at Nikon stock over the past 2 years. It has been plummeting faster than a flushed poo. I'm not responsible for that. Nikon's hubris and not giving people what they wanted, and several other factors, including shrinking camera sales, what's happened in the year 2020. All of these things have contributed and piled onto that. But Nikon, I said that the Z6, Z7 sales would be bad 2+ years ago. I was 100% correct, just as I was 100% correct about the Nikon D500. Everybody said, no one's going to buy this $2,000 crop sensor camera. Everybody bought it, essentially. Camera that's shooting my fat, ugly face right now is a Nikon D500. So, even though that Nikon video that I made like 72 plus hours ago got an enormous amount of downvotes, it doesn't matter to me. I have to stay true to what the objective truth is about those cameras. It might be too little, too late, but I'm going to buy a Z6 Mark II. I love Nikon. Like I said, I've spent more money on Nikon than you have. A lot more money. Nikon has gotten a lot of my money. An enormous amount of my money. I've made Nikon a lot of money. Nikon themselves reached out to me and thanked me. They even sent a flyer internally. A flyer, but like an email flyer thing. Talking to this guy who hates everything, says that everybody on earth should buy the D500. Nikon was really, really happy that I made them an enormous amount of money on just shouting from the rooftops how great the Nikon D500 is. I still love Nikon. Over the past 3+ years, Nikon has done a lot of really horrible things, and their stock price has proven it. Over the past 3 years, I'd never left Nikon. Nikon left me. Let me repeat that again since it's so important. I never left Nikon. Nikon left me. However, with the Z6 Mark II, dual card slot, vertical grip, yeah, and improvements. Who knows what improvements they are? Nobody knows except, some folks in Tokyo in some sort of basement that already have the prototype in their hands. It should be an awesome camera, and I plan on buying it. I support Nikon when they do stuff that's great, but I am not their fanboy. I will not support their failures. Do you hear that, Nikon? I won't support your abysmal failures. For Z6 and Z7, I said since day one that the output from the Z6 and Z7 were very, very, very good. Actually incredible. Same as the Nikon D850. Incredible output image. I said that since day one. Doesn't make any difference. It's a miserable camera. They were overpriced and they were not professional use cameras. They were not, and they still are not. Don't like that? Don't care. It's objective reality. I've had a lot of Nikon cameras pass through my hands. A lot. Fixed a lot of them. Own an enormous amount of their lenses. Still do own an enormous amount of their lenses, so. And just please take note of the top 10 YouTubers out there talking about Nikon. I've been kinder on them than they have been. But I'm not here to influence anybody, okay? I'm not. I'm simply stating the facts. Like it, don't like it, that's not my concern. I only have to be honest, truthful, wise, and logical. Everything else, let the chips fall where they may. Nikon.